Media guys, somebody eating at Slimans too. That's a chowing away.
All right, we'll go back to we're going to go to Slimans in a minute, and right now I want to go to Craig Lyndall from Waiting for Next Year. Craig, I don't. Did you see that?
Wow,
dude.
Yeah.
Angry Browns fan.
Yes.
I get that you're funny. I get it. I get it. Real men play guitars. All right. It's not just about lyrics. Play some music too. Okay.
Hey, then you
stealing my bit.
Look. Let's be honest, right? Inspiration for you there? Little Rush? Little Neil?
Little Tom Sawyer? Mm-hmm.
You with me on this?
I just don't appreciate that Angry Browns fans stealing my bit. I don't like it at all. Don't like it.
Well, you know, it'd be great to have you guys throw down once. I think that'd be great.
Or no, why don't you team up to do a Christmas album too?
That would be good. You could be on the album.
Outstanding, wouldn't it?
Teamwork.
That would be good.
I mean, check it out. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. See, I can actually play the songs. I'm just going to stop right there because he stole my bit. But
did he steal your entire bit?
With Angry Browns fan.
Did you have a Browns song? Do it though. Just do it.
Yeah, we'd rather hear you sing.
That was it.
Oh,
that was the whole bit.
I thought you were working on something for us this week.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll get together with Angry Browns fan. But that was it. It was just it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere except Cleveland.
That's a great point, Craig. Craig, what's your take on yesterday's game?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about just the good things.
Okay.
It's the greatest time in the history of the world to be a sports fan because I'm driving back from Indianapolis yesterday. My wife's driving. You know, I want to let everybody know I was being safe, but I'm using my sling box to watch that awful, awful Browns game. So I didn't miss a snap. I want to start with the good things. As a sports fan, I don't miss a snap.
Craig, are you noticing that from any radio commercials? I don't know if you ever noticed that.
I heard some.
There's a pitch guy in town for Slingbox.
Yeah.
Not sure who he is.
Is there somebody who talks? Is it?
I have no idea.
Is it on the AM dial?
All I know is that right now I could be watching something other than us on my phone.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm very curious. When you guys talk about the Browns, what's the hypothesis? Where do you start from? Are you starting from, hey, Cleveland Brown fans deserve better? Are you coming from, hey, I need to analyze this objectively to see where this team is going and what they can become? Where does your perspective start from?
All right, you go, Mike. You go first, and then I'll answer this question.
You know, for me, Craig, I think it starts from, first of all, where is this team going? Well, what direction is it going? And I just don't mean the losing direction. I'm talking about the future of this team. I've already the fact that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we're talking about them going to Cincinnati in a meaningful game. You lose back-to-back division games, then you lose to the worst team in the NFL. I start to question the direction of which way this team's going. The fact that they didn't bring in a quarterback when they needed a quarterback, and when injuries started mounting. So I started to question what they're doing in the front office. I'm wondering if they've lost a little steam on that objective. And then at the same time, what do you expect from this team moving forward? It is what it is at this point. So I kind of look at it as what the direction that they preached. Are they staying in that direction? Are they still going that way? Or have the wheels just fallen off the cart and we're all going to have to hold on like a Cedar Point ride until it's over and the season's gone and we're talking about the draft?
All right, here's where I am with the entire franchise right now. I've got big circles around Mike Holmgren because when I see Brandon Weeden on the field, it should just say Holmgren on his back because it was saddled with a quarterback that never should have been a first-round pick. I feel bad for Brandon Weeden in the fact that if he was a third or fourth-round pick, no one would have the same scrutiny that they do on him right now. But because Mike Holmgren thought that it was a great idea to pick him in the first round, it changed the way and it backed into this whole perspective we have on quarterbacks here in Northeast Ohio. Way too much pressure for him, for a guy that was too old for the spot in the first place, and that the clock on him was faster than any other quarterback. Now, looking at this team with an honest kind of look at it, they went at the defense this year. Is the defense as bad as what we've seen for the last 2 weeks? I don't think they are. I think the defense is going in the right direction. I'm wondering why some of the numbers are down, why we're not seeing as many sacks as maybe we should be, why we're not seeing that all-in defense. I think there's some things going on there, part of which I think the defense is on the field too much. The offense is a mess right now. You know you've got one legitimate superstar on there, and he's hanging by a thread, and people are talking about him getting traded at the trade deadline. That's how dysfunctional the Browns are right now. They've worked on the defense. The offense is next. That's going to happen next year, and let's move forward. My big fear is that Chud and Norv Turner and Ray Horton have no control over what's going on with this team right now. and that Joe Banner will make all the personnel decisions. That's a mistake. Chud's got to have the freedom and the creativity and the wherewithal to know what's going on the field. And that's where I am right now. I like what Joe's done with the franchise as far as a business and where he wants to go with the business. Chud needs to be the head coach, and I'm concerned that, and I don't even think it's Mike Lombardi. I think it's Joe Banner saying, you'll take this player. So when a contract negotiation comes up with Alex Mack about whether Alex should be back next year, Joe's going to look at his matrix, see the center, and say, well, Alex wants outside of my matrix, and he's gone. I don't see it. TJ Ward might be the same way. TJ needs to play a little bit better, too. But I see Joe Banner looking at this hard matrix saying, my players will fit into this pay range or else they won't play for us. What do you think, Craig?
Well, I think the same way you do. I think that they've set up this entire franchise in the best way that we've seen since 1999. I think Joe Banner is the most qualified executive we've seen since Carmen Policy, and probably even more qualified than Carmen Policy was. But at the same time, the fact that they didn't achieve a reboot in this losing culture, the fact that I think they didn't even meet reasonable expectations of Browns fans for this season. I think they're in fear of not winning those 7 to 8 games, 6 to 7 games. I don't think they could be favored in another game down the stretch, maybe the game against the Jets, maybe. And I think that's a failure. I think regardless of how smart they look with all the other moves that they've made, they've failed in a fundamental way by not winning enough now. That's not to say that they should have sold out everything in the future for winning today, but they have to go hand in hand. And I think they're missing half the equation. I think it's a failure for Browns fans. I think it's a failure to even guys like Alex Shiner and the business folks who are trying to reboot the stadium culture. Those guys can't do it if the team is losing 3 in a row, including 2 at home.
It's a great point. Craig, what's going on waitingfornextyear.com?
Oh, we'll be talking about all this, the Brown stuff in particular, of course. We also talk about the Cavaliers and the Indians. So not just Brown stuff, but I did get my Dogs on the Run T-shirt.
I saw that.
So.
Look at that. Looking good, my man. All right, sing us out.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere but Cleveland.
Craig, thank you very much on the Wayside Furniture Skype hotline. We've got a couple other places. Eric, where do you want to go? You want to go to Slyman's first? You want to go down to Florida?
Let's go to Florida first.
All right, so we're going to go down to Florida on Skype 1 is what we like to call it. This is William Dodson, Indians Rocks Beach, and he is with the Browns backers of Indians Rocks, or what's it called?
Right, Browns backers of Indian Rocks Beach.
Oh, that was easy enough. Yep. See, sometimes I try to make things too hard for me. Love the artwork behind you. It makes us feel like we're in Florida this morning. How big is your Browns Backers Club, and tell us a little bit about what you thought of yesterday's game.
We started this club actually this year, and we're in the Tampa area, about 25 miles from Tampa, a little beach town. And we started out with a little club, and we were, as of this weekend, we're up to about 35 members.
That's awesome. And you had 35 angry members yesterday, I'm sure.
Angry members, yeah. It wasn't real pleasant yesterday.
What did you think of the game yesterday?
I think I was very disappointed in a few things. Number one, Brandon Whedon's implosion again, or should I say, is that Derek Anderson's little brother? I'm really not sure. I don't know how you throw yourself out of a game in 2 minutes, but he managed to do it.
Yeah, a minute and 21 seconds, I think it ended up being. You got 13 points in a minute and 21 seconds. I've never seen an implosion like that. What was the reaction from the Browns backers as they kind of watched that whole thing unfold? And then what were some of the comments about the direction this team's going and what needs to be done?
Well, I think yesterday one of the problems is that we had is not only, Derek's implosion, but the people in the club weren't very happy with the defense. I think we've listened to Ray Horton speak all year about the defense and how it's improving, how it's getting better. And I'm not saying we have an awful defense, but it just seems to be when we really need it the most, when we need to get off the field or we need to stop, get that one last stop, we can't seem to pull it off. And I think I'm very disappointed in that because I really seen since the bye week, there's no attitude on that line. I mean, we have a great defensive line. We have one of the best defensive lines in the whole league. And yet, we're not getting any sacks. We get no turnovers. And I just don't see, I know we have some guys working hard trying, but I'm really calling out the defensive line, and I want to know what's going on there and why we're not playing up to our ability there. I mean, we have to get off the field, and we have to hold people to the field goals. And, you know, if we turn the ball over, and we're not always successful doing that, and there's no reason why we're not. So it needs to be, you know, we need to be better there. And I think overall we already knew coming in the injuries we had at running back that we weren't going to run the ball real well, especially after the trade with Trent, although that looks pretty good at this time. And I think the overall, I think we know we're missing a few pieces to the puzzle. And are we going to draft well enough and pick up a few free agents in the offseason to complete that puzzle? So that remains to be seen.
William, thank you. If you have family down in Tampa, or there are other people from Northeast Ohio that are watching today that want to be in the Indian Rocks fan club, Browns backers, what do they need to do?
They need to sign up, or just give me a call at 816-215-0161, and we meet at Slice Pizza Bar down here on the beach. It's a great place. We have the whole patio out there. Food's great. Everything's awesome there.
I'm down. What's the name of the pizza place one more time? Tell people to go there for the game.
Slice Pizza Bar.
Outstanding.
It's SLYCE.
There you go. Easy. William, thank you. We appreciate you waking up so early in the morning to talk a little Browns football with us. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, pretty cool stuff. William Dotson checking in from outside of Tampa. All right, we're going to go to, you want to go to Slyman's next there, Eric, the referee?
What's that? Yeah, we're going to go to Slyman's
All right,
with
we're
Danny.
going to Slyman's. Danny, our good friend Danny's at Slyman's. Hi, Danny.
Hey, guys. How are you guys?
Oh, we're good. They're packed there this morning, huh?
What's that?
It looks like they're pretty crowded there.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty crowded here. It's, you know, people are, you know, in their usual splendid mood after a bad game. But, you know, I don't think it's such a bad thing, guys.
Well, what do you give me? Why is it not such a bad thing, Danny?
Well, we're under the cap. They spent a lot of money on the defense last year. The defense is not bad at all. They stay on the field too long. Hopefully they'll put some real money into the offense. We'll get rid of a couple of number 18 possibly. Josh Gordon's wonderful. We'll get us a new quarterback, God willing, in the draft. And hopefully Whedon won't play much. And maybe Hoyer will come back and give us a little bit next year. And you know what? Even though we're crazy and we want to win so bad and it kills us and it breaks our heart, I think they're moving in the right direction. I mean, it's so frustrating. But Whedon shouldn't have been picked. He couldn't play baseball and he couldn't play football. All he's got is a hard fastball and no brain to go with it. And it's sad because he's a nice kid, I'm sure.
But Danny, you know, you obviously are very optimistic, and we've talked to a lot of people today that not so optimistic. I mean, they're angry. They don't feel the team is, even though the team we think is going in the right direction with the way they're set up, the framework of it, what we're seeing on the field, it's certainly not coming down from what they had hoped, or it's not, I guess it's not transferring to the field is what I'm trying to say. So as a Browns fan, as this season unfolds and it's winding down, do you have any faith that this team's going to be able to at least turn the corner from this point on?
No, absolutely not. If you can't beat Jacksonville with Chad Henne playing quarterback, I'm amazed. I mean, at the beginning of the game, we looked good. You know, Whedon's throwing long bombs to Gordon, and they can't cover them, and they make the adjustments, and we don't. So I don't see them getting any better, honestly. It's frustrating. I felt bad for Hayden. He got burned on that last play, on that last touchdown pass. And, you know, he took it so hard. I just don't want to lose the guys that we got that are good, you know.
Hey, Danny, who are you sitting with right there? Who's the guy drinking water with the beard? And what's his name?
This is my son, Brian Silverstein.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Can we talk to Brian there for a second?
Go Browns.
Brian, you know, it's December. You can shave that beard off right now. November is when you're supposed to have it.
I was going to, but it's been so long, I couldn't find my razor.
What'd you think of the Browns game yesterday?
Well, you know, the third quarter is their worst quarter. Like whatever they're doing in the locker room there, they're not keeping the motivation, the energy. They're not coming back on the field, doing the right things. You know, so whatever prep is going on in the locker room, the focus just really has to be coming back on the field and getting that ball in the end zone and keeping it going and making sure that they're not losing their edge.
All right, sounds good. Your dad's a good man. Sounds like you raised a good son, but please get a razor blade, man. You need to shave.
You know, I'm out here this cold Cleveland winds. You know, my skin can't take it. I gotta have some kind of some kind of something.
Thank you. All right, put your dad back on the line.
All right, here he comes.
Thank you,
Take care.
appreciate it.
You guys
All right.
want me to walk around and see who else is
hey,
here?
we're good. We're like so far behind this morning. It's okay. We appreciate it. Your son's a good kid. We told him to shave though, just so you know.
So, Andy, I'm waiting for my shirt. Still
You
haven't
don't have a
gotten
shirt
it.
yet?
Gave you
You know
No,
what?
no.
Hang on, Eric, the referee. That's your bad.
That's a
No,
flag
no,
on
it's
you.
Paul's bad. He's his college roommate.
That new
He's
shirt.
leaving him out to dry.
That new
right now.
shirt. Yeah, that new shirt you had on Facebook looked really cool. I'd like to have that
All
one.
right,
That's
we'll
the
get you
reason
two.
I'm bringing it up.
We'll get you one for you and one for your son. All right, we're gonna run because we got to play Rate the Browns. Okay, thanks, Danny. Appreciate it.
Okay, buddy.
Talk